City that is coming into Uganda in 2036. So who is Akon? Akon's real name, meanwhile, is Aliwen Damala Badara Akon Thiam. Now, all are his names. He's from Senegal, originally born in Senegal, so they call him the Senegalese singer. Now, for those who remember Akon, the first song that he had was Locked Up. And for us who were born in the 1990s, danced to that tune. And of course, for the children who are there now, they don't understand the songs that Akon brought and the memories that we have of the music when we're listening to Akon. Now, Akon is in Uganda. He's here not to have a concert. Remember, concerts are still shut down because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Akon is here to invest. Akon is here to put money in the Ugandan economy. Now, he met the president a few days ago, and they discussed a number of things. Among the things that they discussed was building the Akon City in Uganda. Should we applaud for that, or should we be worried about the Akon City? The questions that are riding in our minds. Can Akon afford to build the Akon City by 2036? He said, by 2036, I repeat, is when the Akon City will be completed. So the president gave Akon 3 pieces of land, 1 square mile each, and told Akon, go ahead and choose whatever land it is that you want. Akon seems to be on the good side of the president, doesn't he? So now, Akon has 3 pieces of land to choose from. And then he said he has finally picked a piece of land that is beautiful and the best for the Akon City, but we don't have the information about which one he picked, because he says he first has to talk to President Uganda in order to tell him which land he has picked, and then he'll come back to us and tell us which land Akon has picked to front the Akon City in. 1 square mile of land is what Museveni gave him. And then in Senegal, he'll be having an approximately 2,000 acres of land. Now, why I mention Senegal is that Akon is also opening a similar project in Senegal, a project called Akon City in Senegal. So among the 10 African countries, Akon has picked 5 African countries where he'll be building the Akon City, and Uganda is one of those countries that has been spearheaded for the Akon City. Now, how does it make you feel that a Senegalese musician called Akon is coming to Uganda to start up a city? Now, he is not only going to start up a city, Akon is also going to have an Acoin, which is, some people say it's, you can equate it to the Bitcoin, but it's a cryptocurrency. Now, when asked whether that cryptocurrency will work in Uganda, Akon says, hi, M-Pesa mobile money is cryptocurrency, and yes, a coin will work as a cryptocurrency. Speak of dreaming, Akon seems to be a very big dreamer. Now, aside from building the 2 cities, Akon says before he dies and after he settles down his music season, Akon wants to be the president of the US. Are those too many dreams for one person? Huh? Anyways, so Akon's worth is 80 billion US dollars is what he's worth, according to, of course, the research that we made. What they call his net worth is 80 million US dollars. He's a professional singer, and of course he's in the US, and the questions are, where does he get the money that he gets? How come his net worth is 80 million US dollars, something that we don't have anyone in Uganda worth that net worth? So when asked, Akon says, money is everywhere, you know. Everybody has money. Everybody can get money using the resources that are on ground. And he says it's just that people in Africa do not know how to stretch their hands and reach out and get that money. Well, what do you think about the Akon City? I want the discussion to start as, of course, I go through the details of Akon City, what it presents for a country like Uganda, why it is important or not important to have Akon City. Can he afford Akon City? Call us and give us the details of what you think about Akon City. Let's have a caller. Very good morning. Hello, you're on the first show? Well, unfortunately, that caller is not there. Now, when asked, Akon, We are in a country like Uganda where some people cannot afford a meal a day, not even one. How are you going to deal with that issue? Akon said that, hey, here's the thing about building the Akon City. The people in the country grow with development. Now, for example, if you build an Akon City, and a very good morning. Hello?
Hello, Jabu.
Yes, wasuzo otyasebwa manya gone gy'okubidde.
Amanya nze Kasande Najibu nsinzidde eno Butambala.
Najibu oli bulungi?
Ndi bulungi nnyabo.
Najibu omanyi Akon?
Wangi nnyabo?
Omanyi Akon?
Akon mumanyi bulungi nnyo omuyimbi oyo.
Akon wuno mu Uganda agamba ayagala tukolerayo ka city akayitibwa Akon City. What is your thought about it?
Simanyi oba anaamalako bannaayo Akon. Akon alina ssente esobola okuzimba city.
Gwolowooza ezo ssente Akon tazirina?
Kisuubira kuba city tolowooza nti etumirwako buli omu.
Well, I lost that caller, Najib. He was giving me information about whether he thinks Akon can build the Akon City or not. I mean, look at that. A very good morning. Hello? You're on the first show. Your name's and where you're calling from? Okay, as we're waiting for the caller. Now, the Akon City in Senegal will cost him $6 billion. 6. And then the one in Uganda, he says, will approximately cost him the same amount. A very good morning.
Wasuzo nnyabo.
Bulungi sebo wasuzo otya?
Amanya bampisensereko bati nsinzidde wano kyengera.
Oli bulungi sebo?
Ndi bulungi nnyabo.
Akon wuyo atuleetera development. What is your thought about it?
Akon development asobola okituleetera kubanga ezo status zina engeri gyali musajja muyimbi. Ezo status zirina ate musajja mu America. Naye kunguze ejjudde Uganda wano n'obuli bweguze obususse. Ente zazireke agenda azikolemu ebirala. Uganda enguzi yayitirira. Tayinza kumalako.
Okay.
Ennyabo.
I'm very sure Chimanye via corruption in Uganda. Gwolowooza, how can we deal with corruption? I mean, it's part of the discussion. Gwolowooza, how can we deal with corruption so that investments such as Akon zijja mu Uganda?
Engeri gye tumize okudiringa ne corruption ali mu Uganda, ekyo pulezidenti mwennyini yasobola okukimuyambako ng'amugaa nti yesu ozze kuteeka ssente zo wano e Uganda. Naye alina kufuna abantu nga abeesiga, naye nga bumanyi nti ne gavumenti yennyini abali b'enguzi basusse tebajjamu kuba ebikono. So kati nze ngamba omuyimbi Eddie Kenzo engeri gye yamuleese, yanjibadde amuwa amagezi malala ne bakoloba foundation, Akon Foundation ne bayamba abantu kano kutta mu bya site. Ne bayamba abanaku, kali we bamubuuzizza ku baavu abali mu Uganda, ne bagendanga mu byalo bayamba abantu nti Akon akwata obubaka bwe Akon akukulaakulanya bwati. Naye ebyokuzimba site ente bajyazibbira e Uganda kubeere bulungi.
Kale sebo neyanziza neyanzege obale nnyo endowooza yo. Well, there you go. The callers, we have 1-to-1. One person says, Akon may not be able to afford Akon City. A very good morning.
Good morning to you, madam.
Wanji?
This is Kausan.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I like to build a city in Uganda. That's something very good to you because if we put up a city in Uganda, we shall get more jobs. Not Tanzania assurance that we shall get jobs as Ugandan and the country will be going up. Because I've been telling you that we have a city already. He has set up a city already, and he can be able to put up a city in Uganda. I welcome that kind of idea. It's very good for him.
Okay. All right. So you're excited about Akon City? Some people say that instead of opening an Akon City, why doesn't he start like an organization to help people get out of poverty so that by the time he starts Akon City, we can afford to buy things in Akon City? Hello, good morning. You're on the first show, and my name is Latifa Hamid, and what is your name? Well, I cannot hear you clearly, but thank you for calling, thank you for trying, and we're still on the fashion tukubire simu tugambe ndowooza yammwe ku bya Akon. Uno aleta sente mu Uganda. So what do you think about it? A very good morning.
Yes, hello, good morning.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yes, talk to me.
I'm getting close to Uganda, from Kampala.
Okay.
Akon, I don't think Akon has that money.
Okay.
Yes, because you see, even in Senegal, he has not yet started using just the plan. So I don't think he can manage it in 2036. I'm cloud from Makindele.
Well, there you go. That is another 2-1, 2-2. Akon says, this one says Akon cannot afford to start up an Akon City because he already has a 6 billion project of Akon City in Senegal, and he's already laid the stone for the Akon City in Senegal, and then now there's this one in Uganda that he has to deal with that will cost him approximately the same. A very good morning.
Good morning, Latifa.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Very glad you're able to call me today.
Thank you, Latifa.
Talk to me.
I think it's beautiful to see that Akon is going to build a city in Uganda.
Okay.
What we Ugandans should do is to show a good image. And we should know that this thing is going to help us. A lot of people are going to gain on that thing. Banja bagenda kifunamu Latifa. Banji nnyo kati ne ku lwekyo ffe bannayuganda ffe tulina okuvaayo tulage empisa. Omusajja ng'oyo abuusa amawanga mangi lwaki olowooza yalonda Uganda? Kyetegeeza nti tulina okuvaayo kuva ku bakulembeze waggulu eyo abalowooza mu kulya enguzi, abalowooza mu kukola ki ne bafiiriza abantu abangi. Katuveeyo tulage empisa, omusajja atuzimbira ekintu. Abantu abasinga tebamanyi engeri gye tufunamu, naye abaana bajja kufunamu, abazzukulu bajja kufunamu, ensi esigale ng'eri bulungi. Ne ku lwekyo Akon akisobola ate w'amaanyi, naye Uganda tuveeyo tulage ku mpisa. Tuveemu embeera eyo, tuveemu engalo. Okay, thank you very much, Lati.
3-2. Akon can afford, Akon can't afford. The debate is ongoing. Will Akon afford or not to build the Akon City? Dealing with corruption, Akon said that the way he will deal with corruption is through his cryptocurrency called Acoin that will come into the country, and he said he will be running through the process of corruption. But let's receive a few last callers so that we can, of course, call this a day, and then we count the votes. Who says Akon can and who says Akon can't? Good morning. Hello, you're on the first show.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly clearly. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Speak to me. Your name's and where you're calling from.
I'm called Robert.
Robert, what do you think about Akon being in the country?
Okay, it's very nice. It's good. It can create job for younger people. But now the question is, they say that the children are not supposed to point that land in this country. Is it possible for that thing to happen? It is, yeah, it's that way. If he can let it do it, because it can create for us a job as young people, and also can bring what tax for Uganda. For other side, so to create another money. Thank you.
Well, there you go. You've hung up on me, but thank you very much for your view. If it happens, employment is what we're looking at. But what of the people who are staying outside the Akon City? One, can we afford to live in the Akon City? Two, can we afford to buy things in the Akon City? Of course, he's going to have malls, he's going to have recreational centers, he's going to have a school for upcoming musicians, artists, so to say, and then he's looking at a hospital as well in the Akon City. So will we afford services in the Akon City given the kind of living that we have in Uganda and the gap between the rich and the poor are some of the questions that are being asked of Akon. He, however, says once he builds it, of course, these people will grow with him, and we're looking at employment. Good morning.
Morning to you, Latifa.
Yes, please.
I think it's a good idea.
And you think he can do it?
I think he can do it, but all that, the period is so long. 20, 30 what? 36.
Yes.
Then all of us, some of us will be when we are dead.
So they're doing it for our children?
Maybe, because Rwanda is gone now. They can't be assured. But inshallah, let's wait and see.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And we're looking forward to the fact that the city will be built and will be. So the new happy birthday wish will be, I wish you a happy birthday, and I hope that you live long enough to see Akon City. That is going to be the trend now, and we're hoping that we'll grow old enough to see Akon City. On Facebook, I see Kasaja Med, who says, good morning. And he says, yes, I think Akon City can be built. Katumba De White say, is that city really there in Senegal, or are they lying to us? Well, we're waiting to see what the progress will be. 2036 is the year for all of us to look forward to see whether Akon will be able to build that city or not. Let me have one last caller and see whether Akon can build the city or not. Do we trust Akon? Good morning.
Good morning.
Wanjisewo. I can hear you clearly, your name and where you're calling from. The last caller, and at this time I'm almost stepping out of the studio, but here it is. The vote that we received in the studio is that Akon is able to build that city with a net worth of $80 million. A lot of people say we're looking forward to the Akon City, and we are glad Akon chose Uganda. Akon said that Uganda is one of the most beautiful countries he has seen. A very good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, your names and where you're calling from.
This is Abdul from Kibiri.
Abdul, welcome to the first show. What do you think about Akon being in the country?
For sure, I think he cannot manage that.
Oh, you think Akon cannot manage the Akon City?
Yeah.
Okay, but what do you think about the Akon? Oh, you hung up on me. We lost you, unfortunately, but he says Akon cannot. So the numbers of Akon cannot are being added. And sooner or later, if I continue picking calls, Akon cannot may surpass Akon can. But all in all, the Akon City is going to be there. My producer says I should pick the last caller. Very good morning.
What's the name?
Bulungi sebo suzotia.
Manya Tifu, Sinzire Kawem.
Yes, Steve, you get an angle.
Kawem, I mean Akon, Center Zilina, Asobolo Chikola.
Okay.
Name Uganda, Sismani. Sente bayinza mubba n'ebyenda bijja mumwetokola.
Okay.
Like ajja kuteekawo sente zifulume naye nga byafulumya zikole siye bakola. Bwe buzibu obuli mu Uganda naye nga sente azirina, abo abasajja sente bazirina bazifuna. Kali sente zokka zaafuna mu YouTube obulinga obusamambiro obwo obusente sente. Mpitirivu concert yemu asobola okuba biliyoni za sente. Kimanyi azitowa sente ezirimu ne budget ya Uganda ey'emyaka egiwerako. So sente azirina, he can. But the problem is this government of ours. Bayinza omubba obubbi n'ayeetamu n'akivaamu. Bajja muleetera bidiirudiiru ebyekisiruka. Bwe buzibu bwe tulina kale wano nga mu Uganda naye nga sente weeziri azirina.
Kale tweyanziza tweyanzike. But these people have already had the confirmation that they believe in Akon and they believe in 2036 the Akon City will be there. God, I hope I will be alive to see that city and have my children go to hospitals in that city. Let's get ready. Jobs are coming in Uganda, and sooner or later we'll be working in Akon City. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as I call an end to the show. But of course, I can't leave the show without appreciating each and every one of you that made a call on the first show to either support Akon or say he cannot build it. But hey, we cannot tell the future. All we have to do is sit and wait and see what investment opportunities are coming into the country. The tourism sector in Uganda is doing wonderfully well. We have big names that are coming into the country, big names that are coming to visit Uganda, and they're uploading Uganda. Akon said when you're in the US, what you hear about Uganda is Idi Amin's time and the fact that people here are not okay, people here are very poor, but he wants to take this image that he has had in Uganda and take it back to the US. I'll leave you with the lifestyle segment.